Hi, welcome to VCCircle. I have with me today Kunal Kapoor and Varun, Sheth, co-founders of Ketto. So how did you start Ketto? Take me to the story behind Ketto.
How it started was that I was working in the social space, and I found that in the social space there were a number of NGOs that were facing a lot of challenges. Namely, the challenge of the cost of raising money was very high for them. So for every 100 rupees they raised, 45 rupees was actually going to raising their money. Secondly, the challenge of reaching out to new donors. And thirdly, I found that the social space in India was very grim. There was a lot of gravity attached to it, because of which a lot of people stayed away from it. And out west, in fact, the whole ecosystem was centered around fun. They were doing serious stuff, but they were doing it in a way that was fun and interesting. So I was thinking about all these challenges that the social space was grappling with. And I got introduced to Varun, who had also worked.
How did you guys meet?
Well, we met through a common connect. Somebody called me and said that the idea that you're thinking about, we know somebody that's thinking about the exact same idea. So why don't you guys catch up and see, whether you can share ideas and stuff. And we caught up and we realized we were thinking of exactly the same thing, and that we wanted to do exactly the same, wanted to go exactly the same path, and we realized that it was best that we work together on that.
So what were the initial steps you took to start Ketto?
So the initial steps were that first was to build a minimum viable product. So we knew that we had a similar idea, but we both were not from a tech background, and the third co-founder had still not joined us. So the initial step was that we said that let's try to build something and launch it as soon as possible. Let's try to get feedback from the market. Let's try to see how people react to such a platform. Do people actually want to use such a platform or not use it? So that was the initial strategy and thought process, that let's just get something out there, get people to check it out, get people to use it, and then let's learn from that, and of course improve on that and improve the traction on the platform.
So how did you get initial people on board?
So initially it was with all word of mouth, us telling friends, through Kunal's network, Kunal's social media, through through PR stories, going to conferences, meeting people, tying up with the right NGOs who had a large network, large reach. So those are the initial ways to get basic traction going on the platform.
So Kunal, your background in Bollywood. So what interested you in the Indian startup ecosystem?
Well, like I said, it came from a desire to help the social space, and I felt like we needed something where we could use technology to build a bridge between people that can give and people that need helping. Because we always constantly hear about people saying that I wish I could help, but I don't know how to go about it. I wish I could help, but I don't know if the money is going to the right place or not. So we wanted to build something that was fun, engaging and transparent. And that's been our attempt with Ketto. Ketto actually is an abbreviation for Key to Tomorrow. Because we believe that crowdfunding really is the key to tomorrow.
So how was the initial response from people? So crowdfunding in India is a new concept. So how was the initial response?
The first year was very slow, as Kunal mentioned in the talk as well. It took us 2 years to raise the first 1 crore on the platform. 6 months back, it took us 1 month to raise 1 crore rupees. Right now, it's taking us 1 week to raise 1 crore rupees. So it's almost been more than 3 years since we've launched. So it's been a great journey. It was slow in the start, but I feel that people are catching on. Since more people are coming online, transacting online, smartphones, people giving money has been going on through generations in the offline world, either which way. You give to your servants, maids, people around you, non-profits around you. We're just trying to organize it, bring it online, make it more transparent, make it more cost efficient and easy for everyone to use.
So Kunal, can you run me through the concept? How does the things work? How does one sign up and ask?
Well, it's actually really simple. It takes a couple of minutes to sign up whether you want to start a fundraiser. If you want to start a fundraiser, the thing on the platform is we encourage people to start fundraisers instead of just donating. Because what happens is that when you donate to a cause, you donate once and your interaction with it is over. But what happens is when you start a fundraiser, you have your own page for the cause, and then you reach out to your own network of people. So more people get involved in the cause. And we've also found that when people reach out to people, a relationship is, if an NGO reaches out to a person, their likelihood of donating is a lot lesser, as opposed to when I reach out to a friend and I say, look, I started a fundraising page for this cause and I want you to help. The chances of people donating then are much higher. It's really simple. It takes a couple of minutes to set up the fundraising page. Now we help you with the content. We help you to set up the page, and then all you really have to do is share the link with your friends and family. And you know, you have to just reach out to them and say, look, I'm doing this cause, I'm supporting this cause, and we'd like you to help.
So, what are the some causes you have supported?
So
in the past?
it's wide variety of stuff that we've done, right from one of the big campaigns that we did when we had launched was to send Shiva Keshavan to the Winter Olympics, to Sochi, Russia.
Yeah.
So we write help from athletes going to Olympics, to Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, to help people during disaster relief, be it Nepal disaster, currently Chennai, Kashmir last year, to helping individuals create apps, hardware products. We recently crowdfunded for a product called Safer, which was a hardware product. Right after raising money on Ketto, crowdfunding on Ketto, we actually landed up then raising money from VC investors as well. So because crowdfunding gave them that kind of exposure, reach, we also help a lot of films and theatre projects which have crowdfunded Ketto. So the categories across which we've raised funds has been right from social, completely non-profit, personal, healthcare, education, to startups, movies, music, hardware, technology. So it's been completely sector agnostic as such.
What is the best use case generated from Ketto?
Well, best use, I
Picking
mean,
up one thing which is
I
the
mean, there's
best.
so many of them. We obviously the disasters that have happened in Chennai and Nepal. We've raised money to help people there, and we rehabilitate people there. I had a chance to go to Nepal and see firsthand the work that was being done, and people were incredibly grateful because that people had actually taken the effort to come online and help somebody that was stranded in a village in Nepal. Besides that, we also had a fundraiser to send athletes to the Olympics and Commonwealth Games. These are athletes that won medals there as well at the Commonwealth Games, and they didn't have enough money for training and equipment, so we helped them raise that money. There have been so many cases. I mean, I think it's very difficult to sort of pick one.
One of the greatest stories that we saw was for this baby named Ishan Roshan.
Okay.
So Ishan, he's 1 year old and he had cancer and he required 1 crore rupees for a surgery, and his father did not have that kind of money to pay for that surgery. So his father came to us and said, okay, I really need help. I've put in all the money I have. I don't have any more money left. He had already spent like a few crores on the treatment, and he said like, I need another crore immediately to pay for the hospital, to take him for a treatment to London, stuff like that. So he reached out to us and found a story. We really wanted to help Ishan Roshan's father. So we started a campaign on Ketto, and in a period of 30 days he was able to raise 95 lakh rupees on the platform, which helped him at a time where he really needed the money to pay those hospital bills. Thereby, which today Ishan is coming back. He's gotten out of cancer. He's coming back to his normal life. So that was a really inspiring story, which really helped us seeing that this platform can really change lives overnight for people who are really looking for funding.
How do you ensure the money reaches the end user?
So there is a due diligence that we do of people who are raising funds on Ketto. So if there are non-profits, there's a verification process, due diligence process that they have to go through. If there are individuals, they need to submit their PAN card details, income tax details, bills, etc., in terms of how they use the funds, how they're using the funds. So there is a strong verification process that people go through before they raise funds.
So you talked about fulfillment. So how fulfilling has the journey been?
No, it's been incredibly fulfilling. I think just the fact that, like I was saying, we constantly think that the key to happiness is success, whereas the key to happiness is one step ahead, which is fulfillment. And fulfillment really comes from contributing to people's lives. And at Ketto, we've had a chance to contribute to a lot of people's lives, directly and indirectly. And it's been great. I think every day I go to office and I see something that happens on the platform that surprises me and I find incredibly heartwarming. And what I think has been the nicest thing for me is that people across the world want to help. There's good people and they want to help. You just have to give them the avenue to help. And I think at Ketto we're trying to give people the avenue to help.
And how do you guys plan to monetize on the platform?
So our revenue model is very straightforward. We take a fee of 10% on the funds raised.
Okay.
So anybody who crowdfunds on Ketto, we take a simple fee of 10%. We feel that at 10% fee level, on average, non-profits or anybody who's raising funds are saving a good 20 to 25% from currently the mechanisms that are using. So the cost of fundraising, as Kunal mentioned, currently is anywhere between 45 to 60% offline, and we're bringing that cost down overnight to 10%. So there's a massive saving that our beneficiaries who are raising money on our platform are getting overnight.
So what are the expansion plans? Do you also plan to raise external funding to build the platform?
Yeah, we are. We've already raised a round of funding, and we're looking to raise another round of funding. And expansion plans really is that I think we've just scratched the surface right now. I think this is, when you look worldwide as well, the industry has grown from $5 billion to about $35 billion in 3.5 years. And a lot of that growth has been led by Asia. I think it's going to really explode in India as well now. And I think Ketto is best placed to lead that growth. So we're going to, we're looking to expand through the country, and we're also looking to expand through Asia. And of course, we're going to look at funding for that.
So what is Kunal Kapoor's ultimate vision?
What is Kunal Kapoor's ultimate vision is that, Ketto should, really for me, Ketto should be the biggest crowdfunding platform across the world. And it should just be a place where anybody that needs money can raise money, and anybody that wants to give and feel a sense of satisfaction can come on the platform and give it in a way that is really, really simple. And I think we've already made it really simple. You can be sitting anywhere in the world, and in a few minutes you can contribute to anything that you believe in. And I think that for me is something that is great, because I think we've built something that is really powerful.
So Kunal, what do you think about the Indian startup ecosystem?
Well, it's great, it's thriving, and I think it's full of great ideas. And I think it's amazing. I think, what I find incredible about the internet is the ability to break down walls. Earlier people didn't have access to funds. Now everybody has access to funds, and everybody can reach out to people. And because of which a lot of great ideas are getting funded. I think what a platform like crowdfunding does is similar. It breaks down walls between people that have capital and people that need capital. Earlier what used to happen is that capital was controlled by 1% of the people, and people didn't have access to these people. Now capital is easily available to a lot of people, so a number of great ideas are being funded. And also on a crowdfunding platform, what I find really fascinating is that ideas that would have died otherwise have been funded and have become great products. So I think it's very exciting. It's an exciting time for us as a platform. It's an exciting time for the whole ecosystem, the startup ecosystem. I constantly meet young entrepreneurs, and they have great ideas. And it's great to see so many great companies coming out of India.
What advice do you have for the young entrepreneurs who want to start up?
Well, I think my advice would be is to build a solid company. Build a company that's based on solid fundamentals and solid revenue model. Not look to build a company that on the basis of the valuation of the company and look to cash out. I think what is really important is that you build something with a lot of heart, and you build something that is going to sustain.
Your piece of words for the Indian startup ecosystem, and the young entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so it's a super exciting time. I would just say that to young entrepreneurs is to go out there, talk to as many people as possible, take feedback from as many people as possible, keep iterating on your product, get strong co-founders, build a strong team, stick with your vision, your thought of where you want to take your company. But really just go out there and talk to people, because that's where a lot of new ideas come. That's where you meet a lot of interesting people, just to be out there and network, connect, network.
So Kunal, are you also investing in other startups?
Well, I'm looking to, yes. Looking at a couple of startups. But like I said, with the startups that I would invest in as well, I'm known as somebody, when it comes to movies also, I do very few films, where I do films that I really believe in. With startups also, I would like to invest in companies that I really believe in. And based on the same formula, which is that, companies that are looking to build a solid business, have a solid revenue model, as opposed to companies that are looking to just increase their valuation and cash out. Because I think as an actor, I not only bring my money to the table, but I also bring my brand equity to the table.
Sure.
So I would like to invest in companies that sort of fit in that brand equity.
Best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks.
talking. Thanks, Varun.
Thank you
so much.
Yeah.